Welcome back to Trials by Melissa. I'm Melissa, and today is day 3 of my 30-day juice fast. Start off by giving you guys my stats. I slept for 8 hours last night, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's been a really long time since I've done that. It felt great. I feel much better having slept that long. As you can tell, my energy level is higher than it was previously. Still not where I'd like it to be, but it's doing much better than it was, a week ago even. In addition to that, I don't have any back pain or knee pain so far, so I haven't had any flare-ups, I guess I should say. On the weight front, I'm down another 2.6, 2.8 pounds. I know that my total was down 6 pounds even, which is awesome. But like I said yesterday, a lot of that's going to be water weight as the vegetables and the fruits flush the sodium from my body. As far as side effects go, I didn't have any headaches today, which is just, awesome. But today was the start of a little bit of stomach discomfort. And I say, I had some stomach cramping, a little bit of pain, as my body adjusts to just consuming liquid nutrients versus the solid, and as it adjusts to easily digestible food versus the food it has to break down like it would with solid food. There's definitely anyone would experience a little bit of discomfort, and there's a little bit of cramping going on. It's definitely nothing unbearable. It's just a little bit more of ugh. And the other thing is you'll definitely see an uptake in your bowel movements. I did, you will, anybody does. You're putting a lot of raw, really easy to digest nutrients in your body, which is going to help flush out that really bad stuff that's gotten left behind, for lack of better terminology. And, as I said yesterday, you will be making more frequent trips to the restroom, both because of the uptake in BMs, but also because of frequent urination. You can't drink this many fluids in a day and not expect to see that increase. But overall, day 3, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm kind of happy with the way I feel right now. I've had people tell me, that I look better, that I look like I'm feeling better, that I seem to have more energy, which is just nice to hear. No one wants to be, a slug, as I previously said. But I guess without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to one of my favorite juices. And I know that previously I've said greens are important. You have to do the green juices. They may not be your favorite, but that you have to do them. I'm going to show you a really easy way to make any of your juices green, and it helps make them the green vegetable juice a little bit more digestible by combining it with some more pleasant things. But also, you're going to get that green in there, and that's what your body really needs. It's got a lot of nutrients in there, that chlorophyll, all that good stuff. So if you guys will bear with me, I'm about to turn on my Huron. And again, you can find out more information about the Huron juicer at slowjuicer.com, and I'll put a link below. And today I'm going to make my favorite, which is carrot, apple, and grape juice. But I'm going to add kale. And for those of you that may not know, kale is that really fancy, curvy, little swirly looking lettuce. But as you can see, it's a really great combination of color. You have the reddish purple from the grapes, you have the orange from the carrots, the pale green from the Granny Smith. You can use any type of apple you prefer, and the dark, rich green that you need from your greens in the kale. And kale has a very mild flavor. Some greens have a tendency to kind of take over. Celery is a green with a really strong flavor, so you have to kind of balance it out with some other flavors and make it a little milder. In addition to all these, I've decided to add something new to this juice that I've never done before in this particular juice, but I'm adding a little nice sized hunk, as you can see, of ginger. It'll add a little bit of spice to it and make it more delectable. So if you guys will bear with me, I'll make my juice as we continue to talk. So the juices that I had today is I had a nice tomato, faux V8 type of juice, and I had a really great watermelon citrus juice, which had lemon, lime, and grapefruit, and a little bit had cucumber in it as well. And I also will drop the ginger down in there. And then I also had a juice that, believe it or not, I wasn't sure how good it would taste, but it was actually pretty delicious. It was a grapefruit and orange, lemon, and lime combination. I was worried that would be too acidic, but I combined a little bit of cucumber in with it to make it a little bit milder, give it a little bit of sweetness, and I put some grapes down in it to combat all the acidity of the citrus. I thought it was really good. I was really surprised by how well it turned out. Drop the kale down in here, and you just load it, you drop it down in the top. Now the thing about the leafy greens is, depending on your juicer, my juicer does pretty well with them, but you may want to follow them up with something like the apple or the carrot to help push them through it. And the other thing is if you'll notice, like, I'm doing very small pieces of kale. I've cut them up to where they're small, and the reason for that being is with this a masticating juicer like I have, the problem that you'll run into is that if the vegetables are really long, like if you do an entire stalk of celery, those long fibers that are found in celery are going to wrap themselves around the mechanisms, and they're probably going to get stuck, and you're going to have to back it up. So I just cut it small, follow the soft leafy greens with something a little bit firmer like an apple or an orange, and it shoots right through. I've never had any problem with my Huron backing up. I did experience it with my Green Star, and I did have times where I would have to take apart the centrifuge juicer that I had whenever I first started juicing. But all in all, it's pretty simple. You just drop it in and the juicer does all the work for you. I'll drop in some of those. And you know, if you don't want to use baby carrots, like I like to use the baby carrots because it saves me a prep step. I just have to make sure that they're washed. But if you don't want to use the baby carrots, you can actually buy a large carrot and then just cut it up into smaller chunks, kind of like what we do with the apple and the cucumber. I'm almost done. I just have to drop the yummy grapes down in there. And again, I'm using red grapes. I really like green grapes. I find that, to me, that they're a little bit sweeter. You don't have as many seeds. You can get seedless green grapes. I know you can get seedless red, but I've always found that some of those still contain a little bit of a harder seed than what I would like. But, you know, the grapes are going to be the key to sweetening up any juice. With the tomato juice that I had earlier today, and what I found with it, and I was really surprised by this, was that whenever I tasted it, it was a faux V8. It was a little bit bland. It just was a little bit earthy for me. I actually added cayenne pepper to it to give it a kick. I added a little bit more than I thought I added, so it was a little bit hotter than I would prefer, but it actually did the trick. So feel free to, you know, combine different things with your juices. You should not be adding any sugar or any sodium to or salt to your juices, but I think like adding cayenne pepper or a little bit of regular pepper, or like I did today, add a little bit of ginger to kick up the heat level or the spiciness of your juice. The bottom line is you're the one drinking it, so you have to find what works for you. And you know, I wish you happy juicing. And turn my juice off. I'm going to stir it up. All right, I'll show you guys this color, and the color is extremely discouraging, I guess I should say, for anybody that wants to drink it. It is a very dark, murky green, but I'm not joking. The kale is a very mild flavor. The carrots, the apples, and the grapes will offset it. And honestly, I didn't even taste the kale. It's delicious, and I'm going to really enjoy this for my dinner. But I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, or night. So take care, and I will see you tomorrow. And again, this is Trials by Melissa, and I'm Melissa. Thanks.